Can you imagine how boring it must be to work full-time opening doors each day, open and shut, day and day again, open and shut, each person, each time, open and shut, over and over, a meaningless, repetitive pattern, a job they can do. Now, there are some people in our world who seem to think that heaven is going to be that boring. Just each day doing exactly the same thing over and over again in meaningless repetition. Some people would even say they'd rather go to hell because they think they'll have more fun there. Make no mistake, there will be no fun to be had in hell. All the fun in the life to come will be in heaven. No fun in hell. But it reminds us how important it is to share what God has to say, to tell them what God says. God says in Psalm 84, "Better is one day in your courts than 1,000 elsewhere. I would rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than live in the tents of the wicked." It's better to spend one day in the house of God. One day in heaven would be better than any other day anywhere. But you know, even on earth, it's better to spend one day in the house of our God, to come here to worship, to hear the words of Jesus. It's what we do here. We come here to learn how the door to heaven has been opened through Jesus. So in heaven, the job of doorkeeper really won't be that boring. Can you imagine being on someone's divine welcoming committee as you open the door for them to come into heaven? That you would get to show them to the face of your Savior Jesus and welcome them in. We have that privilege because we know Jesus has opened the door. So tell them the door is open and bring them here. We want them to know Jesus opened the door to heaven. If you'd consider giving us a like or subscribing, we'd be glad to get this message to more and more people too. That'll help us do that. God's blessings on your week.